Dear students, today we will read Annelida. Phylum Annelida, its general characteristics and classification. Okay, first we have to know the name Annelida was used by Lamarck. Huh? For whom? For the higher segmented worms. It means little ring. This name has been derived either from Latin annulus, means a ring, or French annular, to arrange in rings, and the Greek eidos, means form. Okay. Now, what is Annelida? The Annelida is, in general, they are elongated, bilaterally symmetrical, metamerically segmented, triploblastic and coelomate worms with a thin cuticle, dermomuscular body wall with rich chitinous cyst embedded in it. Usually a closed blood vascular system, segmentally arranged nephridia, and a nervous system on the same plan as that of the earthworm. The paired appendages, when present, are not jointed. Okay. Now, what are the main characteristics? If we have to write the main characteristics, number one, in annelids, the body is cylindrical and elongated. Number two, body is made up of metameres or segments, and the segments are usually marked both externally and internally. The body cavity is a true silo. Okay. Now, the head, number 4, the head or acron is represented by prostomium and contains the brain. It is prioral body part. Terminal part of the body is called pygidium and contains anus. Mouth exits in peristomium. Practically, peristomium and prostomium, just think, prostomium and pygidium, they are not true segments. Peristomium is the first true segment. Why prostomium and pygidium are not true segments? Since they do not arise from the segmental growth zone. The formation of new segments always takes place just in front of pygidium. Okay. The oldest body segments are therefore anterior and the youngest are posterior. Do you understand? Now, next point. Circulatory system or blood vascular system is well developed and closed type. Blood is usually red and contains hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? Do you know? A respiratory pigment. Huh? Okay, contains hemoglobin. This respiratory pigment is often dissolved in the plasma. Okay, it is not like ours in the red blood corpuscle. It is dissolved in plasma. Now, next point. Excretory organs are metamerically arranged pairs of coiled tubes called nephridia. The animals are often provided with coelomoducts, which are channels for the outward passage of reproductive elements. Next point, nervous system is well recognized, and in most cases it is represented by cerebral ganglia and double ventral nerve cord with segmentally arranged ganglia. Now, next point, sexes may be united or separated, and development is direct without any larval stage in monoecious annelids and is indirect with trophophore larva. Do you know? In dioecious or aquatic annelids. This is all about the general characteristics of phylum Annelida. Now, in the above description, you have faced two new words. One is monoecious. What do you mean by monoecious? Monoecious means practically hermaphrodite. That means individuals having both the male and female reproductive organs in the same individual, that is known as monoecious. What is dioecious? The species which have male and female reproductive organs in separate individuals. Okay? These are monoecious and dioecious. Now, we have to go to the classification. Phylum Annelida is divided into three classes. Here we are following the classification of Rupert and Barnes 1994. Okay? First class is known as class 1 Polychaeta. Polychaeta means Greek poly is equal to many and chaetae means bristles. That means many bristles. Class Polychaeta includes more than 8,000 species having great diversity. This is classified into 86 families. Okay. Now come to the general characters of class Polychaeta. Number 1, it is exclusively marine, mostly carnivorous, that may be predaceous or scavengers, whatever it may be, but mainly carnivorous. A few are herbivorous or deposit feeders. Huh? Next, body is elongated and segmented. Each segment carries a pair of lateral, fleshy, paddle-like appendages or feet called parapodia. Parapodia bear many large setae or chaetae in bundles. Huh? Next, head is well developed. That means cephalization well marked. It contains eyes, tentacles, cirri, and palps. You know, the polychaetes are less than 10 centimeter long. Some are as small as 1 millimeter. Others as large as 70 centimeter and not more than that. Okay. Clitellum absent. Main sensory organ includes eyes, nuchal organs or ciliated pits, that is chemoreceptor. Ciliated pits, it is chemoreceptor, and statocyst. Next, sexes are separate. Gonads are localized but extending throughout whole body. Next character, fertilization external, stage, free swimming larval stage is trophophore larva. No cocoon is formed. These are all the characteristics of class Polychaeta. Practically, copulation is rare in polychaetes. Here, the fertilization is external. Okay. Next class is Oligoketa. What do you mean by oligo? Greek oligo means few and kete bristles, I have told. Then it has few bristles. Okay. This Oligoketa includes about 3,100 species. Oligokete approximate the polychaetes in size, more or less equal. Now the characters, mostly freshwater or terrestrial. Body segmented, parapodia absent, CTR usually arranged segmentally. CTR short and embedded in the integument. Next character, head is indistinct and eyes and other cephalic appendages such as tentacles, cirri, etc. are absent. Huh? Next point, clitellum is present. It secretes a cocoon for the eggs. Practically, most oligochaetes are scavengers. Huh? And one important character that intestine of oligochaete has typhlosole. What is typhlosole? You may face one short question. What is typhlosole? A dorsal longitudinal invagination of the intestine wall to increase the absorptive surface. You know that function of intestine is to absorption. It is by typhlosole it increases the absorptive surface. Intestine is surrounded by a layer of yellowish peritoneal cells called chlorogogen cells. What is chlorogogen cells? This is the tissue of earthworm. It plays a vital role in intermediate metabolism. Practically, it has a role similar to liver of vertebrates. Okay, this is chlorogogen cells. Next, oligochaetes are hermaphrodite with well-developed reproductive system. There is copulation and reciprocal transfer of sperm. Fertilization and direct development occur within a cocoon. Okay, these are all the characters of class Oligochaeta. Now we have to say in the last class Polychaeta, it has a example. We have to give the example. Here example is Nereis. Nereis is under class Polychaeta, and in Oligochaeta, Pheretima posthuma. You have learned from class 7, Pheretima posthuma, our earthworm. It is the example of class Oligochaeta. Now the third class is class Hirudinea. Class Hirudinea, Hirudo means, it is a Latin word, a leech. It includes about 500 species of leeches, Hirudinea. Most are freshwater, some are marine or terrestrial, some are ectoparasites. Next character, body is elongated and dorsoventrally flattened. Body consists of definite number of segments which may be further divided externally into 2 to 4 annuli. Head is indistinct. Next character, seta, parapodia and cephalic appendages all are absent. Body is provided with a small suctorial anterior sucker and a large posterior sucker used for adhesion or locomotion. Both suckers are situated ventrally. Mind that. Next character, clitellum present. Next, it is hermaphrodite. Fertilization is internal. Cross fertilization due to copulation. Hmm? Development is direct. That means no larval stage. Eggs are laid in cocoon. This is all the characters of class Hirudinea. The example of Hirudinea is Hirudinaria, the common leech we have seen in our locality. Okay, this is all the classes. Now, in class Polychaeta, there are two subclasses. We are now discussing the subclasses of class Polychaeta. Now, class Polychaeta, it is divided into two subclasses. Number one, Erancia. Latin errans means wandering. It includes free swimming, crawling, burrowing, and tube dwelling worms. Number two, body segments are numerous and similar except at anterior and posterior ends. All are similar except at anterior and posterior ends. Then each body segment carries a pair of well-developed parapodia. Parapodia contain acicula, that means stiff basal city and city. Next character, head is well developed, being distinguished into prostomium, carrying eyes, tentacles and palpi. Prostomium means in front of stoma. Stoma means mouth. Prostomium. And peristomium with mouth. Peri means it is around surrounding the mouth. The portion surrounding the mouth. Okay. Next character, pharynx is usually protrusible and armed with chitinous jaws and teeth to capture prey. What are the examples? Example, Nereis or Aphrodite, Polynoe, etc. Then subclass 2, Sedentaria. Sedentary means those who can't move. Sedentary tuberculous worms living in calcareous or chitinous tubes secreted by epidermal glands. Yes, they are forming the tubes secreted by their epidermal glands. Character, body is divisible into two or more regions. Segments are not of same type. Each segment with a pair of reduced parapodia lacking acicula. Parapodia often modified to perform some specific functions. Head is commonly with palps, tentacles and other structures for feeding. They feed on plankton or detritus. Pharynx is often non-protrusible and devoid of jaws or teeth. Gills or branchiae, when present, localized to anterior segments. Common example is Chaetopteras, Sabella, Arenicola, etc. Now, we have completed the classification, general characters and classification of phylum Annelida. Now, you have faced some new words. One of them is sucker. What is sucker? A flat or concave organ enabling an animal to cling to a surface by suction. Okay, it is known as sucker. Mind that we have told that the Hirudinea, all the members of class Hirudinea, they are ectoparasites. We have mentioned. Practically, the sucker is a parasitic adaptation. Hmm. The Hirudinea are parasite because they collect their food by sucking blood from their host body. Hmm. So, this is the sucker. It is used for collecting the blood from host and for locomotion also. Okay. Now, what is parapodia? Practically, parapodia are hollow, segmentally arranged lateral extensions of the body, typically divided into dorsal notopodium and ventral neuropodium. Okay? Each lobe carries a bundle of bristles strengthened by supporting aciculum. Now, you have to know what is CT. CT in oligochaetes, the locomotion is caused by the CT, which are implanted directly in the body muscles and are mostly oriented in the ventral region of the body segments. Now, you have to know what is clitellum. Clitellum is a thickened glandular or non-segmented section of the body wall near the head in Oligochaeta and Hirudinaria, which has a reproductive function. It assists in bonding together the two copulating worms, and after copulation it secretes a cocoon in which the eggs are deposited. It is located near the anterior end of the body between 14th and 17th segments. It's very important. What is clitellum? You have to face the short questions or short note. Huh? Please remember that. Now we have completed the classification and general characteristics of phylum Annelida. Thank you.